Alrighty, we are back for another live episode. Not really an episode, we're just here sitting talking in about crypto. So we're doing this every day during the week, at least Monday through Thursday, starting about this same time, 3:15 Eastern time, thereabouts. So join us on the next one if you can't make this full one. And we'll see you there. We'll continue to do this throughout the bull run, right? As long as people keep watching, I'll keep talking. So welcome in. We'll start off with Bitcoin and take your requests. So get your thoughts ready. Also, when we go through these charts, what we've come to do is rate these A, B, or C. So at the end of the chart, maybe I'll start writing. You know, we've all learned our alphabet for the most part, right? So if you don't know these letters, then we have bigger issues. So A would be obviously the great ones. B is like starting to gain traction potentially. Still good, not terrible. Probably worth holding on to if you're so convinced. And C is like see your way out of it as soon as possible. The chart structure looks terrible, and it's not likely to continue to do well because it probably hasn't been doing that well. So I'll rate these, right? Just to get this out of the way up front. So you're like, why the hell is he writing letters on these charts, right? A, B, and C. So we'll go with that. All right, so let's get right to it. So Bitcoin. We don't need to rate Bitcoin. Bitcoin is Bitcoin. I'm talking about your requests. But after the move up Monday, consolidation back down, a throwback. What is a throwback? It's just a bullish retest of your breakout area. So this is still bullish, right? Don't lose sight of that. If we start to close under this low candle here, 66, that would be more concerning. Certainly if you close below your 21 EMA, 65. So we could paint that as a bigger zone, but really the bulls should be holding right here. We don't need to go any lower, right? If the bulls are going to maintain full traction control, we gotta hold here, right? This kind of move, right? Look at this, right? This kind of inverse head and shoulders here. Here's shoulder, shoulder, head. There's your neckline. Whoops. Well, the neckline is this zone right here. We don't need to try to draw it again, right? And that's where you're likely going to throw back to. And that's where we are right now. So break out into resistance, right? We have our resistance zone. Just swing high test again. So we're all still good here, right? Don't lose sight of that. But we need to be aware of the bad if that starts to come here, right? So if we take out that with a close, that will probably lead to many more days, if not many more weeks of consolidation or down. So be aware of that. We could absolutely bounce here in the next several hours to maybe even, tomorrow morning, something like that, right? I wouldn't be surprised if we saw something like this. Or at least a retest again of range highs before maybe coming back down again, right? We could do that. But bullish until we start to take out like these lows here, right? This low zone here. The bulls remain in charge as long as we don't close below 66, right? So bullish bias until then on Bitcoin, and might as well stay there with the altcoins, right? It's just Bitcoin dominance is still relatively high, so that's why altcoins are taking a hit. All right, obviously the AI coins taking a little bit of hit across the board today. They pumped quite a bit harder than some other coins, throughout earlier in the week. Ethereum still holding pretty strong here. ETH still up. Bitcoin dominance we got to see below 50% before we get any kind of alt season. So keep that in mind. Right, we can just look at that. I mean, we're starting to get some headway here. Are we going to make a lower low, right? Or are we going to put in this as a higher low? Maybe today's close might be more telling. If we continue lower, right? 53, this 200 is our next target, right? And then as Bitcoin dominance continues to fall, altcoins will continue to do better and better. But it's got to take out 50%, which is still ways off, right? We have to zoom out quite a bit. And you can see these ultimate swing lows from all the way back in like December, January, right? This is when alt season starts right there. And not until then. So, I mean, we can get a little foreshadow here, right? Maybe that's what, if this ETH ETF is approved, Bitcoin dominance likely topped right there. So we'll keep that in mind as well. Another interesting side note before we get to requests is Tether dominance. Downtrend, right? Has been for a long time. Downtrend, right? Tether dominance is in a bear market for the first time ever. under the 200 day, under the 200 week. And, we just kind of did this little move here, right? Neckline down here, take that out, look at that. Support, flip to resistance. So far, so good. Kind of a bear flag, kind of just a bounce before continuation likely. If this continues down, crypto will bounce back quite rapidly. So keep that in mind. Like, we're right at the pivot point. Are we going to break through here and crypto's still on pause, or are we going to actually reject out of tether dominance and we're getting ready to go back up through the weekend? That's what we're looking at. So glad to help you. 200 week, right? This is the same chart, right? Same tether dominance, right? Just on the macro scale. The weekly zoomed out, right? You can see downtrend, right? Under the 200 week support, flip to resistance right at the 200 EMA. And now we're back under all moving averages. We're bearish, right? And, on this, so that's bullish for risk on assets such as Bitcoin and altcoins. All right, but why are we pausing today? Well, it's because we were down here and we came back up here, right? Did we just show that on the daily? Yes, we did, right? This goes up, crypto is stuck. This drops, crypto rocks. I can't make those up even any more cheesier, folks. All right, welcome in, everybody. At least you made it. Welcome in. No matter how long you can catch us. 5:30 a.m. Oh, bright and early. Hey, it's Friday. It's starting Friday morning, right? Oh, you got the 5-day crypto first thing in the morning. That's the best way to do it. Get your coffee and watch a Chainlink neon sign, if nothing else. Day's going well. Hope everyone's day is going well. What's up? What's up, all? Reading through the chats. Yep, we're doing live streams every day. Past couple weeks, we're going to continue to do it till we can, until we start to, nobody watches anymore. Then we'll stop, or I'll just talk to myself. All right, first request of the day. So I try to refrain from giving my opinions on things and just look at more factual based for the charts. I can give my opinion on charts, but short-term, long-term, bullish outlook. Right, that's for the birds. The charts will tell us what to look at, right? Which I've tried to cover here over the past few minutes. Let's look at, and if you get, I'm happy to request, fulfill all your requests, but just make sure it has some history. Don't send me a request for something that started in January, okay? All right, let's go to, I feel like Binance usually has more history than Coinbase on many coins. So looking back at our snapshot, if you didn't catch the beginning of this, right, I'm going to rate each chart A, B, and C as we've been doing on on all these streams. A is obviously the best. C is see your way out of it. B is like hanging in there, pretty good, but could be a little bit better. Okay, so check marks. What are our checkpoints to know if we have A, B, or C charts or good coins or not? One, it needs to be above 2022 highs, the bear market highs, right? And obviously, good sign there. We don't want to ever visit this area again, right? You don't want to go back to bear market levels. Keep in mind, some coins are still down here. Okay, so it's not like that obvious to some people. Okay, that's step one. Step two: are you above or below the 21 week, which is the yellow line? So check mark number 2, right? You're almost automatically, if you can do those two things, you're almost automatically in an A chart. A plus chart, which is very few. I mean, only like one. You can count them on one hand. And they're flirting with all-time highs or at all-time highs. Now that's the only way to get an A plus, and there's very few of those. So A chart, I would probably lean there. I like how we're holding this 21 week, right? We're in an uptrend. It has the pumpamentals going, right? Big move up, sideways, another big move up, right? When it comes down, is it holding the 21 week? Yes, great sign. Look at this previous swing highs from the bear market, right? 2022. That's where we want to hold, right? And that's why it's likely holding there, right? You can't even make this stuff up, right? So there's our resistance. We don't want to go back down here. So you go back under 67 cents, 68 cents, trouble will likely start there. So as long as we're not doing that, closing below the 21 week, we're good. This is an A chart. This is what you want to look like. Okay, A. Okay, you can all read that, right? Okay, next request. Who can follow the A chart? What else we got? Good request to start off. Sorry if it seems like a delay. I got to read the chats. Yeah, you get it. I'm sure this is not the first live stream anyone's ever watched on anybody. Yeah, Goldfinch. Good request. CFI. Go to it. It's up here somewhere. There we go. Alrighty. So, good, bad, and ugly. Do we have our check marks? Are we above 2022 highs? Well, there is a pass. You kind of get a hall pass. If you don't have history from 2021, you don't necessarily have to be above your 2022 highs, right? So we are kind of just victim of the bear market here. So you do get some passes on some coins here. Okay. Other than that, are you above your 21 week? Yes, we do have that. Does it have good pumps? Right? Yes. Good pump, right? You want to have that. Like, how much are we up from, let's say, October? Let's get the right tool. Okay. So look at your move here, 405, almost 500%, and then high to low. Yeah, I mean, so 1800%, is that good movability? Are the fundamentals intact? Yes. Right there. You're above almost all moving averages. We're battling the 8-week EMA right now, right? Look how simple this chart is, right? How many people do you see like talk about this and then just have a simple chart? It's just moving averages. You don't have to have 57 indicators and oscillators all over your shit. The more simple you can make it, the easier your argument is, and the more well-defined you can make your trades. Keep it simple. Even put it on a line chart. I mean, how much can you do here? Right? Almost all my trades are just taken from charts very, very similar to this. You can check with indicators, right? Indicators are meant to back up your thesis, and you should start just with simple support and resistance, moving average, what's the trend, right? Keep it simple. All right, so where would we start to get concerned? Take out that low, right? The low close 320. If we go back under 320, we're in a little bit of an issue, but right, not necessarily with the wick, right? We can wick down here because the 21 week is still below here. If we close under this candle, then we can start to get in some trouble here. But could be on the back burner for at least the next pump, because look at what we did here, right? See this nice little curve, this parabola there, right? There's the lid line, right? What if we do that something similar here, right? And we just it might take till July here, right? And this is kind of in line where I think an alt season might actually hit here. So have some patience in strong looking coins, but not necessarily always up in always up mode. We also could be looking at some kind of a loose fitting kind of W here where we pump a little earlier, right? And if you can kind of see that, right? Let's remove the lines, and then it's a little clearer. Hopefully you can see that. You want to be looking for this kind of stuff, right? This W patterns are very strong, right? If they play out, but this would, like, if we break 5 again, like this will probably do something like this again, right? Nice move, right? The Pumpamentals. If you haven't seen Ivan on Tech's video on that, you got to go check it out. Pumpamentals. It's PAMP, Pumpamentals. So go watch it if you haven't seen it. It's been out for years, but it's always a good one. My kids love it. All right, so next request. Yes, I drink out of only Bitcoin water. It's hot again here. Hang on a second. I gotta turn my AC down here with get my app out. Hang on a minute. It's like 100 degrees up. I'm upstairs on my top floor, and it gets hot. Gotta crank it down here. Hang on. Bear with me. All right, there we go. Not too long. Hold your horses. All right. I don't know. That's a good question. When is the ETF? It's today. Sometime it's supposed to be. I would guess in the next 55 minutes, right? Doesn't it have to kind of happen while the markets are open, right? The markets tend to be starting to round out their days about this time. So if anybody hears anything while we're on the stream, let's get to it. Throw it in there. Which pumps first, HBAR or XLM? Which turtle moves faster? Velo, Go to Velo. My turtle's faster. Somebody better. Okay, we forgot to rate the goddamn chart. Okay, obviously, we're gonna give us another. Keep these here for when we watch them again. Another A chart, right? Looks great. Velo. Let's go to Velo. Okay. Got a little bit of history from 2021, but kind of came in at the last. Well, actually, that's 2020, huh? So didn't really do much in the big pump, right? Kind of moved in 2020 and didn't kind of keep going. What's up with that? Right? The chart doesn't look that spectacular based on that. But we did take out the highs here. 2022 highs, we're still kind of below that. We're still below our 100 week. So this isn't, based on that, like that's generally not what we want to be into. I could probably go a B on here. So far, even though you're under and been in a downtrend, you're not really above your 2022 highs. Not a ton of history, and this structure so far, it looks like its potential is there, right? This high, as long as if we're down below here, I would put it as a C chart, but because we're still above here, and it can move when it wants to, right? And it has been. Let's look at the October lows. I like going off of that. Jesus. So 1,300% in 200 days. That's good. No big deal. We're above all moving averages, so I would still put this in the B category. You're a little bit ways off from an A. We'd have to be above 10 cents to be an A chart, if that makes sense, right? And that's still a decent ways off, right? We're still, 5x away from being an A chart. So, for this one so far, we'll make a B, right? A, B, and C charts. You can go back and watch the beginning of this stream if you're wondering what the hell those letters are. So what's up with today? What's the narrative? What's the markets doing? Good question. I to be honest, I think my opinion on here, I think the ETF or the pump on Monday was everybody anticipating the news, and then this as of now today, right? ETH is still up there, but Bitcoin is like, why is Bitcoin and altcoins down? Well, altcoins are down because Bitcoin's down. But if you go into like the daily chart, which we started off the stream with, right, we're still bullish. We just tested range highs again. I think people are probably covering either shorting with the stop loss up here, or they're just covering for profits up here, which is what you do. And if any kind of professional trader or hedge fund is taking profits at resistance, I promise. So I think that's all we're doing so far, right? There's no reason to think otherwise. Bullish throwback retest of previous breakout. So don't panic yet. We could reverse very quickly. If you missed the beginning of the stream, go back. I cover this and why I think we could be bouncing relatively soon here. Tether dominance, Bitcoin dominance. The first part of this stream you need to be watching if you nice name. Hey, welcome in. Janika, welcome in. Long time no see. Happy to have you. Lots of OGs here. Yeah, my kid's been sick all week. I hear you. I still got one in 3rd grade. So, yeah, if you ever have kids, if you don't have kids and they go to elementary school, they're going to be sick a lot. Kindergarten, yeah. And they bring that shit home. All right, you better keep vitamin C, and you just better be eating healthy. Have a healthy routine, or you're just going to get sick a lot when you have kids. They're sick a lot. That's a lot of germs. All right. After the close. Okay, good. I haven't heard that yet. So after, oh yeah, I did hear that, right? After the bell today. I don't know what I was thinking. Yeah, that's accurate. That's, yeah, I think Gary, good old Gary said stay tuned. Some smart ass comment when a couple hours ago this afternoon. If he had anything to say. So we'll see how that goes. Okay, Brandon. All-time high price target for Link. Some people say 100. I can't see it. Only 2x from all-time high. Well, you better start thinking about seeing it because that's actually pretty good. I think that would be pretty accurate, actually. So 2x from all-time highs. There will be many coins, many that you've heard of, namely, I don't know, Ada and Matic. It might not ever see all-time highs again. Okay, so you want to be watching for that. So let's look at our fib extension here. Swing highs to lows. So 53. So the 161A is at 230, and we've talked about this for almost a year now. That could 230 be hit? Yes, only in the perfect storm possible. Everything goes great for Chainlink. It's already off track, right? And what do I mean by that? Well, let's just go look. Do we have our checks and balances here? Are we above 2022 highs? Yes. For the summer, late summer 2022 highs. We got that? Yeah, easily. Are we above all moving averages? Technically, yes. Are we above the 21? Yes, just barely. But we're still at this like $20 level that we've been battling for 4 years. We got to get above that. We got to break out of the 618, right? That's 21. We've been calling $21 since this whole entire move. We got to get above 21 and hold it as support, or at least close above it again. Like, close out of here, right? We got to ditch the 618, and then we can make some headway. But the fact that we haven't done it yet gives me some concern that we're not going to blast off as hard as we potentially could have. So do I think we're going to get to 100? Yes. I still think 100 is good, but that should be a pretty solid target. You got to remember, Chainlink was at $5 like not that long ago. Okay, that's still a 4,500% return from the lows. Now, I don't know where you bought at, and if you bought at $50, that's probably not sounding too great, but it's still pretty good, right? Even from current prices, for a $10 billion market cap to pump an additional 14, 15x, I don't see how you could possibly complain on that. Or even the $100 mark is still a 6, 7x away. Seems pretty good for a 10. Keep in mind, Chainlink is $10 billion still at only $16. But you have to keep the market caps in your head, right? We're not looking at a $200 million meme coin or something new here, right? This is $10 billion market cap. Can it go to $100 billion? Sure. But that's a 10x. That's $160, right? That's still shy of the 1618. So you got to do all these and keep yourself in check, right? Don't get too carried away on, don't become the bit boy and call for $500 XRP and check your market cap on that. All right. Take a breath, take some water. Hey, best news I heard all day, Reese. Congrats. I would digital high five. Let's go look at PYR because I want to know now. I have it up here. All right, let's go look. Want to see how much congratulations you get here. Hell yeah. So here is a man or a woman. I assume Reese, you're a man, but we'll go with okay. So Reese says after watching the live stream, he took his bag out of this, took all his coins, got out of this shit one, and went to say it. Gotta find your comment again. Render and Fetch, the two strongest charts. Excellent. That's what you do. You just cut it off. Forget it. Don't worry about it. Just end it like that. Rip it off like a band-aid. Get out of the shit charts. He went to the strongest two charts, folks. I mean, Reese gets it. That's how you do it. Right? You're like, well, what is he talking about? How bad is this one compared to Render or Fetch? Well, I'm glad you asked. Let's go take a look-see. Here's Fetch. Holy hell. Reese just traded up Honda straight to dual Lambos. Fetch, awesome. Render, could it get any better? He went straight Ferrari on this one. The 458 Pista. I mean, he's not even messing around. Congrats, sir. Some people can't do that ever. Great job. Think that'll work out well for you. ARB, new request. Let's go to it. All right, up 4% today in a sea of red, but we don't have a whole lot of history on here. We'll give us the benefit of the doubt because it's relatively new. Didn't go through a whole cycle, right? So if you didn't go through a whole last cycle, if you weren't around, right, you kind of get a little bit of a hall pass. But the bad news about that is you don't have much to chart and you can't really guess. You're just holding this for, the fingers crossed it does well between when I bought it and when the bull market ends and the bear market starts, right? So not really much I can say here, right? We are below all moving averages on the weekly. Let's see if we're making some more headway on the. I do like that, right? This is a positive sign. We've just crossed the EMA 8 above the 21, which that's the first time. I mean, we crossed down back in March. Before we go back and look at when the last big run started here, right? Look at this, right? The EMA 8, the red line crosses the yellow. Good stuff starts to happen, right? You want to be watching this in all your coins. Look at that. Good stuff potentially starts to happen as long as Bitcoin plays nice, right? I think this will do well, right? But you're still under your 200, your big moving averages, so you got to still be leaning a little bit bearish here, right? Don't get too excited yet. Get back above here. Hold your EMA 8 and 21 as support on the way up. And then, I would say explosive move starts to happen above this 150 range. You can see those. You want to look for the support resistance flips, right? Support, flip to resistance. That's going to be your next line. 160, when we get up there, I would bet that we'll have some hesitation right there. Yep. Congrats on the kid in pre-K. Relatively new dad. I remember those days. So I have a 9-year-old and a 12-year-old. Just throwing that out. I think most of you knew that I had kids, but go look at Gala. Here somewhere. Probably. There it is. I went right to it. All right. Let's start on the weekly. Oh, we've been forgetting to label the damn charts. My apologies. You can remind me if you're like, what grade does it get? Speaking of grades, kids are almost out of school for the summer. I don't know where you are, but that'll be cool. Resistance zone, epic resistance zone going back to 2021. You can see that support, resistance, still resistance under the 100 week. We got to get back above there. 7 cents. You're also you're pretty ill-defined on these moving averages. What are we doing here? Not respecting anything. All this. So some coins do that for whatever reason. Some coins are very respectable to certain moving averages. Some are just real messy. This is one of the messy ones, right? Just think of the kids in class in school. Some are organized, some not. So let's look at the pumps. 165, first one, and 583. So less than most. I would say that's under average. This has got to move soon, or I'd probably start to get concerned. I wouldn't want to see it go back to the 2-3 here. So if it goes back under 3.5 cents, closing wise, right, we could wick down. But if it closes under 3.5 cents again, and certainly if the EMA 8 crosses that 21, there's going to be much faster cars to get into there, right? If you catch my drift. So if it goes soon, we're in a couple weeks, we're back above 7 cents, then great. If not, could be a slower mover. So I'll go with, it's hard not to rate this as a C because we are under 2022 highs. We're not above all moving averages. We're not even breakout. So I'll go. I mean, it looks like it's trying though. Let's go. Go B minus. All right. Oh, we'll go B minus on that one. We'll update this one. We'll see what that is the next time we talk about it. Bro, I mean, people that are calling for XRP to any amount over, I mean, $100 is just like got to have their head examined a little bit, right? Just go to the market cap and type in 10,000. I mean, that person's completely stupid. Hopefully, they're just at your work for show and they don't actually do anything, right? Hopefully, they're not in charge of anything. If they can't piece that market cap of XRP at $10,000 per coin, good luck. It's been the same price for 6 years, just by the way. Link is already at a 10 billion market cap. If you didn't know that, like it's already. Link is 10 billion right now. Did you mean 100 billion? I think 100 billion is maybe what you meant. Oh, no, I didn't see it. No name. Fetch, I swear I did not see your question. Do you think Fetch can do a 10x from current price? Some people saying it can't be done. What do you think? Let's go look at it. Well, first and foremost, Fetch is going to be ASI, right? So I don't even know how to take that, right? ASI is going to be Fetch Ajax Ocean, or it already is, kind of, right? But could we 10x from here? So instead of taking it from here, well, let's just do that first, right? Current prices. So 10x is 900%, right? Okay, so $24. Why couldn't we do that? Well, let's go look. So from the bottom, $24 is 47,000%. That is a little bit sketchy. There are coins that have done that. Okay, we've even looked at a couple on the live stream, but that would be kind of the rare few. But if there's any one to do it, it would be like the strongest chart in crypto, which is, Fetch has got to be mentioned in those names. So you have an outside shot of maybe hitting $20, something around that. Anything much more than that is you're starting to get a little on the XRP side, right? Starting to get a little batshit, right? Not many coins go 25, 30,000% from their lows cycle to cycle. Some, very few do. This one, could it? Obviously, I think it could. The market cap still would allow for that. So could it 10x? I think we probably see close. I think we probably knock on the door of 20 if we don't hit it, which is still like, we're still okay. I would be blown away if we don't hit it to at least $10, right? That's still another 5x away. But $20, that's still, you're still 8x, right? You can't be too mad if you're buying here like the $2 area, and you make a nice 8x from after it. You got to keep in mind what it's already done. Right, it's already up like way over 10x, right? From the lows of 2022, not many coins are still up 4,400%. Okay, just from October, we started covering this in your Telegram group, right? During this area, is it 20 cents? Right, I mean it's already done 16x, 17x from those prices. So just be careful. Like, don't take always just, can we 10x from here? Well, what has it done already? Right? The pump and mentals are good, right? It's definitely capable of melting faces off, but much over 20, I'd be hard pressed to buy into that one. Can you go over EMA settings and ribbon colors so I can set mine up like yours? Yeah, we did one. I did that, I think, yesterday, but I can do it real quick. It takes me no time now. So EMA ribbon, like, which one is this? So you have to go to the source code. So if you're ever on someone else's stream or watching videos, ask them to hit the source code, right? Because otherwise you can get this wrong, because there's so many of them out there. So at the bottom, hopefully you can see this on my screen. It's by Krypt, KRYPT, by Fiskrypt. Hopefully you can see that. And then you click that, right? And how do you do that? Hopefully you know how to do that. You can just go to indicators and metrics right there. I don't know if you can see that either in my screen. Yeah, you can see it. Okay, so hit that, and then this will pop up. And then your settings, right? So my settings are this. So just you can pause this later. You can watch this back if you need to. 8, 14, 21, 34, 50, 100, 200. And then you get another one, 600, but I don't turn that on, right? You can see this here. So you can check mark any of these. You can use 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 if you want. Then there's my colors. Right? So if you're like, what does red mean? It's to this one, right? MA1. MA1 is red, right? That's the MA8. And that's all I do. So the only thing else I do is, you can also change it to be something different, but this is default, right? So if your colors, then I change them to one more thicker. I just don't like this ultra thin. You can have them gargantuan fat if you want, but I like the second one. But that's all I change. That should be it. That should default if you want to have your thing look just like mine. There you go. 18, 16, and 13. Nice. You got a handful. I stopped at 2. I had a boy and a girl, and I was like, perfect, so done. Don't push it. Like some people have like 3 or 4 girls and then just keep trying for a boy and another girl. So I got lucky in that one. Synapse and PHP. Good requests. It's almost like you're part of the Telegram group. Synapse. Okay. As of late, right, Synapse is struggling a bit, but Injective is also, and this cell has a super low market cap. It's like still under 200 million. So I think this has way more potential to over 10x than most things. So if you don't know, like all these things in teal on the side, right? Most of my portfolios in these top 5 or 6, but I have like some bets in these bottom 5 or 6 as well that are the newer coins and just kind of swing for the fences, so to speak. So Synapse is in that boat. We're back to breakout zone, just like kind of Bitcoin is here. Well, on the weekly here, Bitcoin's on the daily. But we are under the 21 week, so all right off the bat, you're like potentially going to get stuck here a little bit, right? Slow mover. We don't want to see the EMA8 cross the 21, right? On the any chart, right? You don't really want to see that, right? Last time we crossed down, look at what happened, right? We crossed down here, and it's like many more weeks. But different times then, hopefully we don't see a repeat and then go back down, right? The market wide, right? It would be pretty devastating, but it's up, a little bit less than most today. It's doing a little bit better, right? Down just under 2%. I can't put this in the A category because we're below all the moving averages. We'd have to get just back above $1, which, I think it should get there in the next handful of weeks as long as this level holds, right? We should be bouncing pretty soon. Double top here, potentially. It's not a double top until we take out the lows, so I would just call it a retest of range highs. And this is nothing abnormal so far, right? We went up a little quick here, cooling off. Couple candles under the 21 week, likely going to go sideways and consolidate before it builds back up again. That's fine. We'll keep talking about this in our Telegram, and we'll kind of adjust as we see. But I still think this has high probability. This on the fib extension here, this is what looks, real juicy. We go to the fib extension. Look at these numbers. Like that gets me excited there, right? So from current prices, look at these moves, and the market cap more than accepts that. So that's a nice little 33x right there. If it does, right? If it plays out, even if we get to $5 again, that's still a nice 6x. So I think it would do that, right? It doesn't have the full history. Anything that doesn't have a full history, I think you have a great chance of taking your highs out. And not only that, but I think the 1618 should be your primary focus, because what else are you going to look at? So that's why I have Synapse, just the potential. And again, I don't have like batshit crazy amounts, but in any of these top or these bottom ones, most of mine are up here. Alrighty. All right. Oh, PHB is the other one. So I like PHB as well. It was doing fantastic. Look at the pumps on these. So we have a couple fibs, and we'll look at these in a minute. 900% in 200 days. That's pretty good. 10x in 200 days. That's pretty great. So the macro fib extension, the 161A, is at $4, which we just hit. Look at that move. Imagine already hitting your 1618, right? That's like Synapse being at $23 already. So this is great pumpamentals. Gonna just trademark that. Ivan on text probably already got that. I'll probably get sued for that one. But the next one, 930. That's our next area of interest. You should be looking at nothing else other than that. And this is definitely an A chart, right? You're above all moving averages. You're in all-time highs. You've just tagged the 1618. This is like A plus chart, honestly. I don't know how much better you could ask for. So another really strong coin. Market cap allows for it to go much higher. And I mean, just look at it, right? There's 300%. You got the 2618 on the macro at $16. That's another 6x. You scroll up here, the 2618, right? You can do both of these, right? And you can areas of interest. That's all, right? You don't want to use these as like etched in stone, exit all everything you have when you hit these. But I mean, look at that. The 1618 hit exactly right there, right? That can't be too coincidental. So good chart. We'll go with A. If you're at all-time highs, you get the A plus, which is only a matter of time, right? I think this will be one of the first ones to hit A plus. Seems like it so far. So PHB still great one. Yeah, Injective. I got a bunch of Injective. And, you know, Render's charts much better than this. I'm considering, dumping more Injective into Render just per the charts, nothing else. But rejection off the 21 week. We're still now down here. As long as we hold this 50 week, we're good. If we close on that 50 week, I don't want to see that, right? I might dump everything for Render and just go all in Render from my Injective. But I mean, I have high hopes for Injective. This is still kind of a bullish pattern. How we looked at this last stream too. How you move this down, and then you're kind of still in this channel. But that's a bullish pattern. So look, you can go back and look at Bitcoin even to end the bear market. Kind of had this kind of similar vibe looking pattern where we just kept falling, and then we got this abysmal candle, and then kept falling. Right? I know it doesn't seem like it, but that is I'm still holding on. Right? But until we get back above 30, right? You can't get too excited, right? $29, right? That's our 21 week EMA, which is exactly where we hit off resistance. And then these low closes, $32. So until we get back above 32, I can't get too excited. It's not like it can't do it, right? It does go batshit crazy, and this was the leader, absolute market leader from in the entire damn year of 2023. There was nothing that touched Injective in 2023. Just rename Injective 2023 coin, right? Because this was bonkers. It did a 700% in 100 days. Then it chilled out for a bit, and then look at this. It's like lows to highs over 4,000% in just over a year. Insane. That's great. But as of late, it's looking a little bit more weak, but I don't even know what to make of it. We'll see. They're doing a whole lot of token burns, right? It seems like a great community. The fundamentals are there, but again, if you don't perform, there's faster cars, and I'm gonna keep holding. But if it doesn't get its act together, right, more Injective is gonna get transformed over to Render. The Render is still the chart. I know those are different sectors. I know we have like DeFi versus AI, but AI seems to be except for today, not doing so well today. But even then, it's still beating Injective, right? So I don't know what to think about that. Multiverse X. I have no opinion. You want a chart? Let me know. Bro, how is this not a meme? It's hard to take Banana Gun seriously, but we'll go with it. All right, weekly chart. At least it's in an uptrend, right? You're holding the 21 week. Looks rather volatile. Go to the 3-day, a little bit more, and also looks low volume, at least on this exchange, right? When you see these like blocks like this, right? That's usually low liquidity levels, just for your information. So we can't really chart that unless you got a better exchange. Farm. I think we did. I think it's here somewhere. Type it in. Yep. There we go. All right. Let's zoom way out again. So range high retest of support resistance, right? See that from back in 2022, support broken down to the, the end of the bear market, nuked down until, October was when all the coins started going again. We're still under that, under that level. So we got a 400% move. We're still up 200%. Not the best though, right? We've looked at coins that have done much more than that, but structurally, right? The moves down, hold that 21, right? No closes below the 21 week. You can just check yourself, but put it on a line chart. So from that aspect, looks great. That's fine. We're still battling the EMA 8 though. And until we get above the 100 mark, you're probably not going to make any spectacular jumps again. And spectacular jumps, I'm talking like, these moves. We're 85% in a week. Yeah, that's pretty good. Although we did do that not too long ago, didn't we? 73%. I think you'll probably get another one once we get above 100. Right? You just got to flip that level. So as of now, I'd probably put this as a B. Right? Not the best, but not the worst. B chart. All right. Playing zone versus man-to-man. Got it. Let's see. Let's go check on our prices. How we doing? Bitcoin down a little bit more, huh? Let's go check on Bit. Let's go check on the Bit Boy. Well, he's already done. Anybody heard from Bit Boy? Is he wrestling still? Last I heard he was like cage fighting or something. Is that accurate? I actually saw it, but is that all he does anymore? Did he give up on being an analyst? Is his life down the drain? What a crazy story that guy was. Okay, so Bitcoin, now we're pressing under our support zone. So we've got this candle, 4-hour candle. We have 4 hours. We must not close under here, or the bulls lose the tug of war fight a little bit more, and the odds go way up of prolonged consolidation or more downwards. If we close this candle in 4 hours at the daily close under 66. I'll go 66. We'll give it some leeway. This has got to hold. It's kind of do or die for the bulls right here, at least for the short term. Let's look at the Bollinger Bands. Yeah, we're way under. I give it the benefit of the doubt here. I think it might, right? Look, it closed out. As long as we don't close, much lower, I think we got a chance to kind of spring out of here. And if we do, we want to look at the pivot point of like 69K here, right there. Although we don't get the super warm and fuzzies, because look at the EMA 8 just crossed the 21. We have this candle. This is going to be an important close for Bitcoin and the rest of the market. If we close anywhere under 66, I'll go 66.5. Okay, we'll put the failure point here at the 4-hour chart. If we close under, it's 66. Good job, bud. 66K. Keep that there. Then we're probably over for the green days for at least a little bit longer if we close under 66. I want to check tether dominance. There must be on a little bit of a move here. Okay, so we got some hope here. Right, we got an underside retest of here. Right, we're still under the 200 and the 100. So maybe we rally up another day or two, and maybe we get a rejection. We got a reject here though. See how this goes. Interesting times ahead. If the ETF gets denied, we could be in for a rough couple of days there. Anybody heard of this yet? Let's go look. Let's just do a refresh. Nothing yet. Nope, still no news. All right. We got another request. Kind of wrap it up here relatively soon. Thanks all for tuning in. Like, we don't have to tune in anymore, it's not 1992. Thanks for watching. How about that? Go with that, bud. What exchange should we use here? Okay. Myro on the weekly. Uptrend. That's good. Not a whole lot of history, at least on this exchange. 3-day zoomed out a little bit more. We're at the pivot point here, right? We're looking at an underside retest of lost support, right? So we want to definitely reclaim that area. So we're looking at what, 23 cents. If we can reclaim and close above 23 cents, then yeah, we can build on that. But until then, support, flip to resistance. So don't be surprised if we come back down a little bit. We already rejected a little bit here, even this candle. So 3-day candles closed today, even on Bitcoin, right? Look at the daily, same vibes. If we go down, we're looking to hold, obviously, the EMA 8, or where does it hold previously? The 21. So 21 in a couple days, if we come back down, you just want to hold that again. So 19 cents. What I'd be looking for. A short time frame there. Oh, can farm get back to highs? I think you asked me a question and I just blatantly ignored it. Didn't we do the chart? What did I do? Just look at it? Can we get back to highs? Let's go back out. 100 level, right? The B chart. Can we get back to highs? Let's zoom out. Got to start reading better. Now, words are hard to read. So high wick is 5x. Yeah, 3x. I think just being here, just a coin even just laying around not doing much will 2 or 3x in an alt season, right? So, and this being a B and not a C, I mean, I'm talking like C charts could probably 2 or 3x, right? B charts, absolutely, 5 to 10x, and then A charts, I would conservatively look for like 8 to 12, if not more. Some will do much more. But you want to be in the strong charts because I mean, it's like, just use the car analogy, man. Like, what are your odds of getting the best lap time in a Honda Civic versus a SVJ Roadster Lambo, right? One's a little bit easier to get there. All right, that's the whole analogy of it, right? It's like, why are you just focusing on charts? Get in the fastest looking cars. They tend to be the fastest. Not always, but usually. Chris is typing. Words are hard. MPL. Let's go look at it. We'll wrap it up here soon. We've been going an hour. It's the power hour. so dumb. All right. God, the Bollinger Bands really skew you there. Well, let's look at the Gaussian channel on this one. Probably start keeping the Gaussian channel on more than not. Look at that. Look at how it tries to hold that top Gaussian. That's a good sign on the weekly too. So yeah, you don't want to really be closing back inside the Gaussian channel on the weekly once you're above it. That would be a sign of crossing the streams, right? You don't want to do that. So all-time highs, we're looking at 3, 4x, 4, 5x. All is good here, right? Knocking on the door of the 21 week again, underside retest. Holding, you want to definitely just hold that Gaussian, right? That's a moving average is moving sideways. So it's kind of like off the throttle right now. It's got to go. Right? We're at the risk of hitting the wall here. So we got to avoid the wall and go. I'd like to see us at least close back above 20. Right? Get above this. We want to also be aware of potentials like this guy here, right? We don't want to come up to like 20 and then fade again, right? Something like that. We want to be aware of that. We do that, right? Your neckline is down here. If it goes back under, if we close under 1150, I would get real concerned. Otherwise, if we go up again, we're looking to maintain the structure of higher highs. So you can keep it simple. High, higher high. We're looking for anywhere above, 25, right? Close up here if we go up again. Right, which it should. Holding the Gaussian, right? That's a bullish sign. You're good. ABC 2022 highs. We didn't have a whole cycle though, so I would give it a little bit of a pass. It did take them out. I'll go. What do we think here? 355. I would still go B chart here. Maybe B plus. You have to ask for extra credit, so I don't have that yet. Alrighty. What else do we got? Anything else? Well, our viewers are dropping off like flies, folks. What is it, Thursday? Anybody from different country? I think we saw Australia. That guy left. He had to have breakfast. He was eating breakfast. He's like, what am I doing watching this at 5:30 a.m.? Gotta get out of here. I guess we'll wrap it up there. It's been about an hour. I'm on the fence if we're going to get to do one tomorrow. Last day of school. Might do something with the kids. We'll see about that. Join our free Telegram, public one. You get a lot more content if you join the paid one. Great group of people in there. And we put out, content, bunch of extra content there every day. If you just want to stay more focused on, the charts and the fundamentals, that's where to do it. We cover DXY, market caps, Tether dominance, Bitcoin updates every day, so you kind of stay no surprises, right? We talk about our altcoin picks. You get request anything you want in there. I think most of you in here that are still here are probably there, so talking to a wall here. But all right, I'll see you on the next one. Thanks so much for watching, and if I don't see you tomorrow, we'll do it again Tuesday. It's a holiday weekend in the U.S., so we got a long weekend. So I'll try to do one tomorrow just because of that. But no promises. I'll try to do it. Fingers crossed. We'll see. BitBoy interview next week. I got to watch that one. All right. We'll see you soon. Thanks so much for watching. Thank you.